Welcome back to Wines du Jour. Boy, now we're getting third wine, and you need to know a little bit more about that. Now, here's a different one. We talked a little bit at the beginning with the Tempranillo and its partner, and it tasted really nice. Then we went to wine number 2, which is a combination of Barbera and Merlot. And now we're going to go to the third wine, which is down and dirty Barbera by itself. 100% Barbera. Now I have to tell you, when you taste this, folks, and make sure again, when you try a wine, swirl it for about 10 seconds before you put your nose in there, take a whiff, and then take a nice little taste, and we'll talk about what you have. Now, before we taste the wine, I want to tell you a little bit about what the chef has done to go with this, because this is a nice, not a bold, heavy wine, but a full flavored wine, and he's taken some braised beef and made tacos with it. Now, I don't know how many braised beef you've ever done at home or not, but to braise something, and it doesn't make any difference if it's beef or pork, and we do a lot of pork, as an example, braised, is you put the pork into a sauce pot and brown it. All right? You always brown it. It just puts more flavor in the end result. So you brown it real well, and then about halfway up the roast, let's say the roast is 3 inches thick, about 1.5 inches, you're going to put either stock or water or wine or a combination of that in there. Put the lid on it, bring it up to a boil. As soon as it comes to a boil, turn the heat down to very low and just let it simmer for 3 or 4 hours. It puts flavor and taste in that broth. You can use that to make a sauce afterwards, but more importantly, you end up with what started out to not necessarily be a very tender piece of meat, ends up to just kind of fall apart. It's really, really good. So that's what he's done here. He's taken a braised beef and cooked it with some dry chilies and some onions and some garlic, a little bit of Mexican brown sugar. Now that's something that you probably don't think about cooking with, but a little bit of brown sugar into this beef, and the whole flavor, and you can please taste it by itself, the whole flavor is really good. Then he's the Guajillo chilies. I don't know, you can buy these in the grocery store. If you ask the produce person about guajillos and they look at you crazy, you're in the wrong store. Go to a Mexican store and find them. I'm telling you, these chilies are outstanding. And what they do is they puree them. That's just simply by taking the seeds and the stems out, putting them into a food processor, maybe a little extra virgin olive oil, maybe a little bit of beef stock, whatever you're going to use it with, and puree it. You get this nice, thick sauce. If you want to thin it, add a little more liquid. That's all there is to it. Also, don't forget the cilantro, which goes in about 60% of all Mexican food. They love cilantro. In China, it's called Chinese parsley. Everywhere else in the world, it's called cilantro. And you can get it in seed form, or you can get it that's grown up. It looks like a regular piece of Italian parsley, very similar in appearance, but the taste, I think, has got a lot more flavor. So if you don't use it at home in cooking, you might want to try it. Next time you go to the store, they sit side by side in the produce section. You can get flat Italian parsley or cilantro. Okay? Pretty simple, pretty easy to do. So this is what he's done. He's made a nice little taco with a little guacamole to go alongside of that. So let's talk a little bit now about wine number 3, which is 100% Barbera. And I'm going to ask Enrique.
Barbera is aged for 12 months, French oak. It's 100% Barbera. It's one of the Santo Tomas is the only winery in the Baja or in Mexico that actually produces a Barbera. So it's a wonderful, clean wine, bold, has a lot of flavors, a lot of aromas. I love using it and drinking it with any type of steak. So try it at home.
Yes, absolutely. Well, this is going to be available. Look, if you don't do anything else, San Tomas, God, anybody can spell that, santomas.com. That's all you have to do. Go online and you can find out all about it. I have to tell you, we're running out of time. The food here at El Segundo Sol is superior, and the wines were outstanding. And I want to thank you for listening to Wines du Jour, America's #1 wine syndicated radio and television show. And we're here at this very same time each week. So if you've enjoyed today's program, tell everybody to know. And if you want to know more about my favorite subjects, let's log on to my website, leskincaid.com. I want to thank El Segundo Sol for their help here in putting all the food together and all the service. Santo Tomas Winery in Baja California. I have to tell you, the products are absolutely outstanding. My broadcast engineer, Jeremy Knight, Carl Magno from VAsianTV and High Definition for making television in Las Vegas on cable TV, DirecTV, and all around Asia happen. And thank you for choosing and listening to Wines du Jour from the left coast, from the east coast, and from all around the world on the radio and the television. I'm Les Kincaid. Good night, everybody. Thank you for watching Wines du Jour. We had a great time here at this beautiful El Segundo Sol Restaurant on the Strip. Las Vegas is a wonderful place to visit. You should do it sometime if you don't live here already. The great wines from Santo Tomas, beautiful from Mexico, that's down in Baja, Mexico, in the Guadalupe Valley. Excellent with the food. Hope you enjoyed the show. We'll see you next time here on Wines du Jour.